So those panels here with the bolts are just additions. So if I want to make something like this, just take your time and study something, and then see, do I need to open a hole and put this, add that part, or should I just make another one? I mean, you can go and say, okay, let's get rid of that background for a second. And so what do I have here? It's we just get rid of the grid. So I can go ahead and create like one of these objects. It's just another plane, like a, and add a loop here and get these vertices. Move them up. Maybe put this like over here. So what is this? This is just an extruded part with some bolts. So that would be fine. I can just go ahead, make sure I bring this guy. Let's see, if I go, that's perfect. So I'm just gonna extrude it. I like to do that and then delete it and then flip it, if that makes sense. Of course, when I flip it, I need to do -1 on the X, and then bring it like, if you want, you can actually press D, V, move this there, and then -1. Oh, actually, well, it's okay. I mean, I can always snap things. So now I can collect all the boundary edges. And these here. Now this, it's up to you. I mean, sometimes it's good, but I want to make sure I get these corners too. Those are the bevels. So I'm going to do a bevel, and that's way too much. So I'm going to go and having some difficulty on picking up objects here. So the bevel would be offset 0.002. Just a super small bevel here. And let's look at this. So that's kind of exactly how, if you wanted to smooth this piece, then you would have to add a little bit more detail. So insert edge loop tool. So insert edges here. I would insert a couple on the way. So you can see that now I have like this piece. Now this might be too, might want to do a very small one. I think that with the beveling, you don't really need to smooth that. Now for the bolts, very easy. You can actually create like a small piece out of a sphere. So you just want to create a sphere. And just I don't need that many subdivisions. I'm going to do 10. Get this face, get rid of that. You can make this a quad. How? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you delete these, just delete them, then you have quads. Everything is a quad here. So I can select this border edge and extrude it. Something like that, and do another extrusion and sort of scale it inwards. So kind of like that. So that's a nice kind of bolt button or whatever. So bring this and snap it here. Now this always, let's make it smaller. I could have made it with less polygons. I mean, I could have like saved a lot more, like with maybe how many did I use? 10. I should have made it with 5 or 6. 6 would be 6. So this I'm gonna leave it now. So this needs to be okay, 90. Snapping always, right? So this guy needs to snap around here. And this needs to snap here. And this needs to be smaller. So we have like a tiny, this could have been much less. Yeah. So now if I press 3, turn off that, so I have like some piece. Now if you want to make something that is like a vent inside there, it's a totally different idea. You can cut a piece and you can say, okay, I want to make something in here like a grill. You can cut a piece here by inserting an edge loop and selecting this face only, and you would extrude, I would extrude once with a little bit of offset, so 0.1. That's too much. 0.01. So a little bit of offset, and then you can extract this face. Now this face, you'll keep it. Just keep it. I don't know what's going on with Maya. There's something always going on with this software. It's never. There's always a problem. Like I cannot click on the object. Okay. Move it back. So I'll keep that. Maybe I'll need it. But basically what I'm trying to do is to create like some space in here that I'm going to insert a mechanical piece. And I can make somewhere else, and then I can put it, I can add it in there. Mechanical stuff is really easy to do. I mean, you do a lot of, cubes, and make sure you just create something out of cubes and cylinders and all that. So primitive shapes. So that will be another extrusion. So I'm going to bring this guy in, and I can even like say mesh, fill that. And I want to separate that. This thing, I can separate it. Actually, I can do like a little bevel. And then I can fill it in with other stuff. Let's say some cable over here. Let's say you want, like, for instance, that's a good example. Let's say I want to make some like some sort of like socket for a cable. If I start adding lines here, you would like go, they would go everywhere. So I'm just extruding that a little bit, and I'm giving it an offset of 0.01. Then I extract this face. Okay, so that's it. Now I can only use this one. And just insert edges. So let's say I'm going to insert one over here. And one over here. And these guys are going to be just these, let's see. Extrude those. It's like super small, maybe 0.005. What did I have? 0.001. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna bring them in. We don't have to worry about where they're going, but at least we have this insert edge loop. So it's constantly digging into detail. This needs some beveling. That's crazy. The absolute bevel is very delicate, so I have to go 0.001. Okay. So I can have these things. I could have like a round shape. That would be a totally different. I would have to like do some different type of editing. Like I would have. Let's see if I can do it right now. If I insert edge loop tool, I would need a hexagonic structure. So I would have to grab these vertices, these guys, and these guys, and do that, like more of a round shape. Now if I press 3, I have that round shape here. And doing this, so I have these kind of course, I would have to go back and insert some edge loops. So notice that this is just a little piece that continues with the rest. So it's just kind of excluded from the mesh, and it's seamless. So that's kind of how the detail works. And you can keep working on it with like cables and other components that can be. And of course, these things are easy to, once you're done, you have like all the ability to kind of make these modular designs, like something that maybe it's tiling